Assalamualaikum and hi to everyone watching. Today we will talk about magnesium. Did you know magnesium is actually the 11th most abundant element in human body? In an adult human body, there is approximately 25 gram magnesium, which 50 to 60% are stored in our bones and the remaining percentage are in our soft tissues. According to the Institute of Medicine, IOM, magnesium plays many important roles in our body, like regulating muscles and nerve function, blood sugar levels, and many more. Magnesium is naturally present in foods like green leafy vegetables and any food that contain dietary fiber. Among the foods that contain magnesium are pumpkin seeds, almonds, avocado, and banana.
Magnesium is an essential nutrient that plays a huge role in various bodily functions. It is involved in protein production, bone health, DNA synthesis, blood pressure regulation, blood sugar control, and many more. It helps with the growth and the repair of the tissues, while support strong bones and also assist in maintaining normal blood pressure. Overall, magnesium is necessary for overall health and optimal bodily function.
Assalamualaikum to Madam Surya and my fellow friends. I, Dayanko Afroza Fakria, will be talking about the category of the mineral. You're probably wondering whether magnesium is a major or trace mineral, right? Well, magnesium is a major mineral as it is vital for many bodily functions. After all, human bodies need to consume magnesium in a relative large amounts.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone, I'm Misha and I'll be presenting benefits and functions of magnesium. So, you guys might wonder, what are the benefits and functions of magnesium do to our body, right? So what are the benefits of magnesium? According to Wear 2020 on Medical News Today, due to its role in maintaining healthy levels of calcium and vitamin D, which are the two additional elements essential for bone health, magnesium may directly and indirectly enhance bone health. And also, high magnesium diets have been related in studies to a decreased risk of type 2 diabetes. This could be as a result of magnesium's significant contribution to insulin and glucose regulation. Furthermore, a 2017 comprehensive review showed that supplementing with magnesium helps raise insulin sensitivity in persons with low magnesium levels. Other than that, increasing magnesium intake may reduce stroke risk. Magnesium is occasionally used by doctors to treat congestive heart failure or CHF and lower the risk of arrhythmia or irregular cardiac rhythm. Also, headaches and migraine may be prevented or relieved with magnesium therapy. This is because lack of magnesium can disrupt neurotransmitters and limit blood vessels constriction, both of which are linked by medical professionals to migraine. Moreover, magnesium may also help with premenstrual syndrome or PMS. The American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists claims that taking magnesium supplements may help to lessen PMS related like breast discomfort, bloating, and mood issues. So what are the functions of magnesium? According to National Coordinating Committee on Food and Nutrition in the RNI report, magnesium is a cofactor in over 300 enzymatic reactions. It acts either on substrate, especially for reactions involving ATP reactions by enabling phosphate transfer, or on the enzyme itself as a structural or catalytic component. Magnesium is required in intermediary metabolism or for the synthesis of carbohydrates, lipids, nucleic acid, and proteins, and particular functions in other organs like neuromuscular or cardiovascular system. Other than that, magnesium also can either interfere with calcium at the membrane or bind to membrane phospholipids, affecting membrane permeability and electrical properties. It also affects bone health by playing a function in the construction of hydroxyapatite crystals in bone. And lastly, magnesium functions as a natural calcium blocker, allowing muscle cells to relax after they have contracted. Muscle cramps and muscle spasms can occur when your body's magnesium level are low because your muscle may contract excessively, as stated by Rahman 2018.
Now that we've discussed the benefits, let's find out what are some side effects of consuming too much magnesium. Consuming too much magnesium can lead to hypermagnesemia, which is an electrolyte disorder in which there is a high level of magnesium in the blood. Consuming too much magnesium could also lead to diarrhea, magnesium toxicity, lethargy, and cardiac arrest. So be mindful when you're putting too much magnesium in your daily intake.
Now, let's see the recommended nutrient intake or RNI for magnesium. Firstly, let's take a look at the recommended nutrient intakes for children and adolescents. At the early age of 1 until 3 years old, it is recommended to consume 80 mg of magnesium a day. As they get older, from the age of 4 until 8 years old, the amount of magnesium intake increased to 130 mg a day. And from the age of 9 until 13 years old, the magnesium intake increases again as they are recommended to take 240 mg per day. During adolescent stage, boys and girls are broken down into their own respective gender group. As for boys, during the age of 14 until 18, they are required to have at least 400 mg of magnesium per day. And as for girls, the number is slightly lower than boys, as girls from the age of 14 until 18 are recommended to consume 360 mg magnesium per day. Moving on, the second age group is adults. The recommended nutrient intake (RNI) for adults are also categorized into two groups, which are men and women. For men, the age of 19 to 30 years old, it is advised to this age group to consume 400 mg magnesium a day. Once they hit 31 and older, they are recommended to take 420 mg of magnesium per day. This RNI is unchanging even when they are 70 years and older. As for women, from the age of 19 to 30-year-old women, including me, are recommended to take 310 mg magnesium every day. Then, from age 31 until 50 years old, the RNI increases by 10 mg, which is we should consume 320 mg magnesium per day. And next, for age 51 until 70 years old, the RNI for magnesium is 420 mg a day. Not to forget, for women that are older than 70 years old, their RNI is 320 mg a day for magnesium. And lastly, the third group is for pregnancy and lactation. It is important for any women aged 14 until 18 years old to consume 400 mg magnesium per day. As for 19 until 30 years old pregnant women, they are required to consume lesser amount of magnesium, which is 350 mg per day. And for 51 until 50 years old pregnant mothers, they are recommended to take 360 mg of magnesium per day. That was for pregnancy. As for lactation, from the age of 14 to 18 years old, the RNI is 360 mg per day. And next, the age of 19 to 30 years old, they are recommended to take 310 mg magnesium a day. And lastly, women who are lactating from the age 31 until 50 years old, they have to take 320 mg of magnesium per day.
So moving on, we will dive into the sources of magnesium. Usually we can get our magnesium from the dietary diet, which is from our food intake, supplement, and also multivitamins. So guys, apparently our body doesn't produce its own magnesium, so it is best for us to obtain the magnesium from consuming food and multivitamin, as I mentioned earlier. So if you notice, there are various types of food that contain magnesium, which is widely distributed in animals, plants, and also beverages. So for instance, let me give you the example. The green leafy vegetable in your salad, such as spinach, legumes, nuts, seeds, and whole grain can be one of the best sources of magnesium. So apart from that, some of the drinking sources, such as tap waters, mineral, and bottled waters, can also be the sources of magnesium. But the amount of magnesium in water might be varies by the sources and the brand. That being said, different brand of water can have different amount of magnesium. For example, brand A can have this ranging from 1 milligram per liter to more than 120 milligram per liter. So as for a Malaysian context, Azrina et al. Back in 2012, she reported that the magnesium content in Malaysian drinking water ranges from 0.0 milligram per liter to 4.11 milligram per liter. So moving on for the next slide. So these slides show the magnesium content in food, which is recommended by the RNI intakes guideline from Malaysian. To proceed with the other sources of magnesium, we have dietary supplements and also medicine that contain magnesium.
So the pharmaceutical industry, they produce a variety of magnesium in the market. So we have magnesium oxide, magnesium citrate, and also magnesium chloride that we can choose based on our needs. Also, I would like to add on that different kinds of magnesium supplement have different absorption rates. For example, the form of magnesium that dissolve well in liquid are more easily to be absorbed completely in the gut than the less soluble form. So let's take a look at the medical context. So in the medical context, magnesium is the main ingredient in some laxative products, in which the doctors they use laxative products to treat constipation. For example, the brand Milk of Magnesia, it contains magnesium hydroxide, which contains 500 milligram of elemental magnesium per tablespoon. So I would like you guys to know that magnesium is also one of the most important remedies that we use to treat heartburn and also upset stomach.
So how do we detect magnesium deficiencies in someone? At the early signs of magnesium deficiencies, we can see that that person will have loss of appetite, nausea, vomiting, or weakness. As these symptoms were the early signs of magnesium deficiencies, if the person is not being given the right amount of magnesium that they should take, it could be worsened, where the symptoms might go towards numbness, muscle contraction and cramp, seizures, personality change, abnormal heart rhythms, and coronary spasm. All of this might lead to hypocalcemia, which is low calcium, or hypokalemia, which is low potassium level. And habitually, low intakes of magnesium can increase the risk of illness over time. So it is important to take your magnesium.
Lastly, to summarize, magnesium is a major mineral that we shouldn't overlook, as it plays such a vital role in our body to maintain our health. So guys, we are recommended to consume an adequate amount of magnesium, which is more than 100 milligram. If we fail to keep track with the adequate amount of magnesium, we might experience any downhill effect in our body and our health. So stay healthy and take your magnesium, guys. That's all from us. Thank you.